not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. In top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I with a crowd, the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black, meet Joe Black. Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when it can be chain birth, most of chains in the game? Why would I?
I told my boys it ain't no limit. Told all my dogs it ain't no limit. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. I'm whipping in track out with messed up suspension. I drove it so fast that I blew out the engine. I kept it too real ever since the beginning. I play offensive D, I might switch my position. Lil' mama was thirsty, so I had to quench. I'ma drive real fast, cause you know I shoot quick. Just like Travis Kelce, I be having emotions. Just like a lamb, man, you know I'm exploding. My heart cold, bad, I ain't got emotions. I'm going hard, yeah, you know I'm devoted. We running streets, yeah, you know we control it. She love the kids, she be busting it over. I'm quarterbacking like I'm Kyler Murray. Trying to win, I'm up at practice early. Going crazy, I just real the jersey. It's the first half and we done dropped 30. We just up to scoring them boys. I told my boys it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game.
Money on my mind, head in the game. It's like I scored again, diamonds on them dance. I can hear the music playing with them bands. Crowd going wild, dived in the fans. I'm locking in on a mission, I tell them my vision. You young, she get like me. I got your shorty, she with me. I gave her a jersey, I told her to join my team. It's best you go.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the New York Giants and the Baltimore Ravens. 3 quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Right to the air is Jackson. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. The Ravens hit 4-8 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll send a receiver in motion left. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Partner, those are back-to-back 6-yard runs, and if they're going to continue to get those types of plays, shoot, you just keep running the same stuff, don't you?
Yeah, it was 1st and 10, then 2nd and 4. Now 1st and 10 again. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Jackson on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple.
Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways, but you're right, they want to run their offense through him.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there.
Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Back to throw here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And taken right on the 30. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Ravens will take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
54 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Right back to him on first down. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, they'll run it here. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Check 52. Report. Sit up. Finish up. Check Mike 21. I'm here all day. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's Barnett. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. They'll look to throw here. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. They find some open field here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9 now. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
They go play action here on first down. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 10 more there and another first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
A collegiate star in nearby Maryland. This is Anthony McFarland. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll try the right side here. Barkley, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Giants have cut it back within a score. Gano the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
I got you. My game. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. He's got room past the 30. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. And now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down.
That is caught, Rashad Bateman.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to Slayton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Uncorks one for Davis. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley.
And the Giants are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll look to throw again.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to air one out.
And this is incomplete. Well played defensively. Nearly had the interception, but it's 2nd down.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a 1st down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up 1st downs.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the 1st half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the 2nd half.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the 1st half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Saquon Barkley running right. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. He's had... trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 46 yards on the ground for him so far.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a giant 1st down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. First throw now for the backup Wentz. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snaps, and they're there and end up making the play.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw going to be caught by Davis. Touchdown, Giants! Gabriel Davis, 41 yards. And the Giants have got it back to within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. 2 straight runs of 5 yards. 1st and 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On second down, they'll run it here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. 6 man. Check curls, check curls, check.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to float this one deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play there for the Giants. 57 yards. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A handoff to Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Here we go, here we go.
Here's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Barnett. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Jackson now. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Juwan Bentley. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
To about the 26 here.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Again, it's Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Gano's kick is good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Jackson. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked up by the Jackson. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go on and score again. Can he get it done?
Here's a give to Barkley. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. From the 16, Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Now Saquon Barkley. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a fourth down. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Gano's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now. They feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Steps away. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know, this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Safety's creeping. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Here's a give up the middle. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. He was brought down there by Julian Love. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Hey, check. Mike 21. Mike 21. Report. Shift.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson connecting with Andrews. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing, Jackson. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Now Jackson. His throw incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Jackson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. All day, baby, all day, yo.
Here's Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Jackson to throw. He'll find Bateman once more. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense.
Jackson. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked by Julian Love. And the Giants have just about sewn up this football game. So a costly INT in the end zone, no less, puts the brakes on their potential scoring drive.
So many teams stick with the passing game down near the goal line because they see it as an extension of what they do between the 20s. But as we said many, many times, the further you drive, the more the field shrinks. And that was a nice job of making a play on the football and coming away with the interception.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.